Imagine looking beyond the fire and seeing two eyes watching from the darkness. They belong to a wolf, fast, armed with excellent teeth and professionally interested in meat. Your first thought is probably not, one day your descendant will wear a birthday hat. Yet dogs became the first domesticated animal, joining humans before farming, cities, and written contracts about who is responsible for the carpet. The transformation from wolf populations to dogs was not one adoption story. It unfolded across generations, landscapes, and relationships we are still trying to reconstruct. How did prehistoric humans make dogs? The safest answer is that humans and certain wolves gradually changed one another. Genetics confirms that dogs descended from ancient gray wolf populations, but the exact place, timing, and number of contributing wolf groups remain debated. Recent ancient DNA studies support a complicated history. Early dogs carried ancestry related to ancient Eastern Eurasian wolves, while other wolf ancestry contributed later. This does not produce one neat birthplace on a map. It produces moving populations, mixing lineages, and many missing samples. The first contact may have begun around food. Human camps produced bones, scraps, and smells. Most wolves stayed cautious or aggressive. Individuals able to tolerate people could approach more closely and obtain calories. Humans who tolerated the calmer visitors gained scavengers that removed waste, and occasionally stole everything. This self-domestication scenario is plausible, but it is not proven as the only route. Humans might also have encountered pups, followed wolves to prey, or competed at carcasses. Different relationships could operate in different places. Domestication was likely a process, not a single clever plan. Temperament mattered before appearance. A wolf that panicked less near people could remain at the camp edge. A person who read wolf behavior well avoided unnecessary conflict. Repeated tolerance created a small ecological zone where two suspicious social predators watched one another and slowly became predictable. Predictability is powerful. Wolves notice movement, scent, and sound earlier than humans. Even before formal training, an animal reacting to danger can alert a camp. Humans provide concentrated food and fire-lit space. Each species possesses senses and abilities the other can exploit. Hunting is another possible bridge. Wolves are skilled at locating and pursuing prey. Humans use planning, projectiles, and tools. A partnership could improve detection, tracking, or recovery. But direct proof of the first cooperative hunt is impossible, so we should describe benefits without inventing the first dog training session. The relationship also created conflict. A wolf near camp could bite, guard food, threaten children, or attract other wolves. People had to distinguish tolerant animals from dangerous ones. Feeding the wrong visitor was not domestication. It was a short and educational mistake. Pups would have been easier to socialize than adults. If people occasionally raised young animals, those comfortable with human handling were more likely to remain. Still, a tame wolf is not automatically a domesticated dog. Domestication involves inherited population change across many generations. Selection may have been partly deliberate and partly accidental. Humans kept or fed animals that behaved usefully. Aggressive animals were driven away or killed. Calm animals reproduced near humans. Over time, human choices and camp ecology favored a different behavioral package. Physical differences followed unevenly. Early dogs did not resemble a lineup of modern breeds. Changes in skull, teeth, and body proportions can help identify ancient dogs, but wolf and early dog remains overlap. Researchers therefore combine morphology, dating, context, and increasingly ancient DNA. Some ancient canids have inspired fierce debate. Dog, wolf, or something in between. A single unusual skull can be misleading. Genetic evidence is powerful, but preservation is selective, especially in warmer regions. The origin story keeps changing as more fragments enter the dataset. By the end of the last ice age, dogs were widely associated with humans across parts of Eurasia. Their distribution suggests they moved with people, though local histories differed. Dogs were not a late farming accessory. They belonged to mobile hunter-gatherer worlds. Food shaped their bodies too. Wolves can eat large amounts of meat, but life near humans introduces cooked scraps, bones, and varied waste. Later, agricultural dogs evolved stronger starch digestion in some populations. Early dogs, however, should not be pictured waiting for a bowl of grain-based kibble. Dogs could contribute beyond hunting. They might warn, track, guard, clean waste, provide warmth and create social connection. Not every early dog performed every job. A useful relationship can begin before specialized roles become formal or consistent. Warmth sounds almost too cozy, but a living animal is a portable heat source. In cold camps, close contact benefits humans and dogs. It also spreads parasites and smells. Prehistoric companionship was practical, emotional, and probably much less concerned with clean blankets. Children may have strengthened the bond. Young humans and young canids both play, test limits, and learn social signals. We cannot prove who threw the first stick for fun, but repeated play gives animals and people practice reading movement, intention, and trust. Communication became a shared technology. Dogs are unusually attentive to human gestures compared with wolves. That ability reflects domestication, development, and experience. Humans also learned canine posture, sound, and attention. The partnership worked because information moved in both directions. Burials reveal that some dogs became more than tools. At several prehistoric sites, dogs received careful burial or were buried near humans. Meanings vary, and one burial cannot translate every relationship. Still, deliberate treatment shows that certain animals occupied social space inside human communities. That social space did not erase violence. Humans sometimes ate dogs, used their skins, or killed them. Dogs competed for food and could become dangerous. Domestication is not a gentle straight line from enemy to pet. It is a long negotiation shaped by need, affection, and control. The process also changed wolves outside camps. Human expansion altered prey, scavenging opportunities, and competition. The lineage that became dogs entered a human-built niche, while other wolves remained wild. Two futures emerged from related populations facing different selective pressures. Picture a camp edge thousands of generations into the process. A dog-like animal rests beyond the strongest firelight. It knows which humans drop food. It raises its head before anyone hears movement. Person follows its gaze. Nothing attacks, but both have learned something useful. Later, the animal follows a hunting group. It does not perform a perfect modern command. It searches, reacts, and returns because the partnership has become familiar. Human scraps reward proximity. Canine senses reward human tolerance. Reliability grows from repeated ordinary success. Across generations, calmer animals leave more offspring near people. Humans become better at managing them. Bodies shift, behavior shifts, and puppies grow inside a social environment shaped by human voices, hands, and routines. At some point, wolf near camp becomes dog with people, without a ceremonial announcement. This gradual story explains why researchers struggle to name the exact first dog. Evolution does not always provide a clean border. Early animals can carry mixed traits, and the relevant wolf populations may no longer exist. The answer lies across many genomes and bones, not one heroic fossil. Humans did not simply manufacture dogs like stone tools. Dogs were active participants. Their choices about distance, food, reproduction, and cooperation mattered. Domestication changed two social species because both were capable of learning relationships beyond their own kind. That may be the strangest part. Humans lived beside many animals, yet only certain wolves entered this deep partnership so early. Similar group behavior, flexible diets, long learning periods, and attention to social cues created an unusual compatibility. So how did prehistoric humans make dogs? Slowly, with food, tolerance, selection, shared work, and generations of mutual adjustment. The wolf at the edge of the fire did not become a pet overnight. It became something new by learning to live inside the human circle.